Hey, what's up, guys? Kyle Gallen back in the video. Today, I want to do my NFL Week 5 picks. Last week, I went 13, 2, and 1. Mostly, the 1 is mostly from the tie from the Packers and Cowboys game. That was the tie. But 13, 2, and 1, I did pretty well overall. My overall record is 48, 15, and 1. So, yep. So, let's get on to the picks there for week 5. And, oh, yeah, and guess what? I also beat Beast Picks there. I beat Kyle, and I beat Frank this week in picks. And also, my team won also last week. So, let's get on to the picks there. So let's start with Thursday Night Football, October 2nd, 6:15 Mountain Time, Prime Video. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the LA Rams. Going with the Rams here to win. I think the Rams look really good there with Puka Nacua there. I think they can actually do something more damage in this game here, and I think they can actually do something against this Niners team. This Niners team is kind of sluggish there. They're not technically the best there. So mostly going into this game here, I'm gonna go with the Rams here to win. I think the Rams actually have more advantage here over the Niners. So, I'm going to say Rams over Niners. So, that's it for the Thursday night game. So, let's move on to Sunday, October 5th. So, first on the list, we got a 7:30 game, Mountain Time, Prime Time, NFL Network, and NFL Plus. We have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cleveland Browns. This game's out of the country. I'm going to go with the Vikings here to win. I think the Vikings actually have a more advantage here to win it here. The Browns there, they're not technically the best there. They're kind of really, really sluggish there, and they can't get nothing fully going here. But mostly I might trust the Vikings this week over the Browns. I do not trust the Browns at all. The Browns are massively going to struggle here. I just do not see Joe Flacco doing too much in this game. JJ McCarthy might actually have a number in this one. Plus they've been over there for since last week. So I think the Vikings are might fill the environment there for this game. So I'm going to say Vikings win it here over Browns. That's it for the 7:30 game. So let's move on to the 11 o'clock games, Mountain Time. So we're back to the regular times there. First on the 11 o'clock games, we got the Las Vegas Haters at the Indianapolis Colts. Going with the Colts here to win. I think the Colts look really, really sharp. I think they can actually do something against this Haters team. The Haters there, they look pretty goddamn awful. The Haters look really goddamn awful. They can't do nothing here. Mostly, I think Daniel Jones is mostly gonna smoke this Haters team. This Colts team is really, really solid there. They're really solid. They look really powerful here. So I think they can actually do something there. Even if I think they want to try to get that bad taste out of their mouth since last week there. Losing there, mostly actually losing a game there. I think they can actually bounce back here and try to win it here, going against the Haters. I just do not see what the Haters can actually do against this Colts team. This Colts team is really, really sharp there. So I'm going to say Colts over Haters. Next game, we have the New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. This is mostly the shit bowl of the week here. Going with the Giants here to win. I think the Giants can actually do something against the Saints team. The Saints there didn't really look the best last week. They looked really, really bad last week there. They couldn't do nothing against the Bills. They got their ass handed by the Bills last week. The Giants there did upset the Chargers last week. So congratulations for the Giants to technically upset the Chargers. But I think they can actually do something here. That backup quarterback, who honestly is replacing Russell Wilson, looks much better there than Russ ever did. So I'm going to say the Giants are actually possibly going to win it here over the Saints. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Jets. For this game here, I am going to go with the Cowboys here to win. I think the Cowboys actually have a little bit more advantage here. Prescott there, who honestly might want to get that bad, or mostly get that bad taste out of his mouth there from tying with the Packers last week there. Mostly it's kind of crazy that technically the Cowboys actually tied with the Packers, but it's not going to possibly, we won't see a tie this week here. I think the Cowboys are going to get pretty pissed off from tying with the Packers at home last week. They might want to mostly want to rebound here and try to go against this Jets team, who honestly doesn't look the best. Mostly Miami beat them last week. They didn't look that great there, or the Dolphins certainly beat them last week there. They didn't really look that great against the Dolphins. So I'm going to say Cowboys over Jets. That's it for that game. So we'll move on to the next game. Next game we have, oh God, it's my game. My Denver Broncos at the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh God. Well, I guess I have to pick the Eagles here to win. I'm gonna pick the Eagles here to win. Sadly, over my Broncos. Technically, I think we're not really gonna do that much against Hurts there. The Eagles' offense looks really, really sharp there, and they look really good. They have the thing there for against my defense there. The Broncos' defense is actually strong there. We actually have a really strong defense here, but it's not going to hold up there. Even if we're going to get Drew Sanders back in, even Malcolm Roach back, they're not really going to stop fucking Saquon Barkley there. So this is going to be pretty bad for us. I hope I am wrong in this game. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm going to say it could be a close matchup here. It's going to be a little bit closer than people think here, because the Eagles, the last couple games, have been putting their games up pretty close matchups. But sadly, I have to go against my Broncos on this one. I think we're not going to be prepared in this game. I think we're not really going to be prepared in this game here at all. So I'm going to say Eagles over my Broncos, and I hope I get this pick wrong. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins at the Carolina Panthers. Man, I'm gonna go with going with the Panthers here to win. The Panthers look really, really good. I think they can actually do something against this Miami team. This Miami team technically won their first game last week there against the Jets there. They actually put up some pretty good numbers against the Jets there, and they actually looked really, really good against the Jets. But going against Miami, or going against Carolina, who honestly did okay there, didn't really look good there, but mostly kicked the ass on the Falcons 2 weeks ago. I think they're gonna do this against this Dolphins team. This Dolphins team is ass. Not really an interesting bowl game here, but I'm gonna say Panthers over Dolphins. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Ah, I th- I'm gonna go with the Ravens here to win. I think the Ravens are actually starting a backup quarterback here. They're definitely starting with a backup quarterback there. Uh, Jamar Jackson is doubtful in this game, so they're going to have a backup quarterback playing here, going against this Texans team. This Texans team, I do not trust there at all. Yeah, they won last week against the Saints there, and they did pretty well against the Saints last week, or against the Titans last week there. Not the Saints, but the Titans last week. But I just do not see them actually try to go against this Ravens team, who honestly is kind of pissed off from losing against Kansas City. They were kind of pissed off from losing against Kansas City last week. I think they're going to possibly going to bounce back and win this game here. Even if Jamar Jackson is out, I think it's going to be a little bit closer. But I'm going to say Ravens win it over Texans. That's it for the 11 o'clock games. So let's move on to the 2:05 games, Mountain Time. First on the 2:05, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Arizona Cardinals. Going with the Cardinals here to win. Cardinals look really, really sharp, and I think they can actually do something with Kyle Murray. Murray's going to find his targets here and actually score a lot of touchdowns here and stuff. The Titans there, they're mostly struggling there. They're still, they're still playing a rookie quarterback there who honestly is trying to learn the lead there, and they're massively going to struggle against this Cardinals team there, who honestly looks really, really good there. I'm going to say Cardinals win it over Titans. That's it for that game. So we'll move on to the next game. We're still in the 2:05s. We got the Tampa Bucks at the Seattle Seahawks. Going with the Bucks here to win. I think the Bucks are going to be pretty pissed off from losing against the Eagles last week here. I think they can actually do something against this Seahawks team there. The Seahawks there, they mostly did pretty well against the Cardinals last week there, but I do not see them actually try to go against this Bucks team there, who honestly is kind of pissed off from losing last week against the Eagles. I think they're mostly going to take that advantage there and possibly be pissed off here and actually try to beat the Seahawks here. I'm going to say Bucks over Seahawks. That's it for the 2:05 games. So let's move on to the 2:25 games, Mountain Time. We got the Detroit Lions at the Cincinnati Bengals. No contest. Go with the Lions here to win. The Lions look really, really good there. I think they can actually do something with Dan Campbell there and mostly trying to go against this Bengals team. Mostly the Bengals there got embarrassed by us last week there. They technically got embarrassed by us last week there, and they're going to try to do something here, but I do not see them with A.J. Browning there. If Browning's still the quarterback there, they're mostly going to have massive struggles here going against this Lions team, who honestly looks really elite here. This is technically my lock of the week here. I'm going to say the Lions win it here over the Bengals. So that's it for that game. So we'll move on to the next game. So we have the Washington Commanders at... we got the Washington Commanders at the LA Chargers. Going with the Commanders here to win. The Commanders look really good there. They, even without Jaden Daniels, they actually look really, really good. And I think they can actually go against this Chargers team there. The Chargers there got embarrassed last week there, going against the Giants. So they're mostly gonna have some struggles here going against this Commanders team there. The Commanders look really, really strong there, and I think they can actually do something here going against this Commanders team here and stuff. So I'm going to say Commanders over Chargers. Next game, we got the New England Patriots at the so that's it for the 2:30 games. We'll move on to Sunday Night Football, 6:20 Mountain Time, primetime ABC. We got the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. Going with the Bills here to win. Bills look really good there. Josh Allen there, he looks really solid there, and I think he can actually do something in this game here, going against the Pats here. The Pats do not look technically the best there, and I think they're mostly going to see the massive struggles there going against the Bills. The Bills look really good. The Bills look really good there. I think they can actually do something against this Patriots team. I do not see what the Patriots can actually do here. So I'm going to say the Bills win it here over the Patriots. That's it for the Sunday games. So let's move on to Monday Night Football, October 6th. We got a 6:15 game, Mountain Time, Primetime, ABC, and ESPN Plus. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Going with the Jaguars here, when I think the Jaguars look really good. I think they can actually do something here. They look really, really solid the last couple weeks there. The Chiefs there, they're kind of struggling. The Chiefs are really, really struggling, and I think their struggles are continuing there, or going to continue there against this Jaguars team. Yeah, they beat up a banged-up Ravens team last week, and they've not been. And then they beat up a crappy Giants two weeks ago. They're not fully back, in my opinion, even if ESPN reporters are saying that. I'm gonna say the Jags win it. I think the Jags can pull something out of their hat on this one and win this one. So I'm gonna say Jags over Chiefs. And the teams are on bye. The Falcons are on bye. The Bears are on bye. The Packers are on bye, and the Steelers are on bye. So yep. Comment, rate, more sponsors, Tuesday Bros. We like love bros. Please subscribe for the notification to see world's and live streams. Comment, sponsors, Tuesday Bros. Watch out. Out of peace.